During this week in Pokemon Go, we are going to be seeing the debut of a brand new Pokemon through the High Zaptitude event, and we're also going to be getting a community day featuring the Pokemon Grookey. I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video. Let's get right into it. Alright, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So this week is going to be actually filled with a lot of great content. We do have ourselves a new in-game event that's going to be featuring a brand new Pokemon and a whole bunch of different shinies, and we're also going to be getting a community day featuring the Pokemon Grookey. It's going to be a packed week. It's actually one where I'm actually really excited about it. I think there's a lot of really great content that's in store for us. But I do think there's a lot of other things that may not necessarily excite players as well. So yeah, in any case, let's talk about the High Zaptitude event, and then let's talk about some of the other things that are going to be happening during this week. The High Zaptitude event is going to start on January 13 at 10 o'clock AM local time, and it's going to go until January 18 at 8 o'clock PM local time. And the featured Pokemon for this event include Tadbulb as well as Wattrel, which is the new Pokemon. And I will say that when it comes to both of these Pokemon, Wattrel obviously stands out because it's a brand new Pokedex entry, but Tadbulb is also a fan favorite and one of those Pokemon that is actually going to be useful in PvP, specifically its evolved form, so I do think there is a lot of potential with this event. Now, there's only going to be one event bonus for this event, and it's actually a pretty good one. You're going to have an increased chance of getting yourself a shiny Tadbulb when you hatch eggs, which I think is a pretty cool thing because when it comes to hatching eggs, of course, it's going to require some premium purchases of incubators, so for them to give you some sizable rewards through hatching eggs, that is always a huge plus. Now, there's actually going to be global challenges during this event, and I think these global challenges are actually quite interesting. First and foremost, at level 1, we're going to be able to get 2 times the amount of experience whenever we catch Pokemon, which is going to be a bonus that will last for the rest of the event. And then, if we were to unlock level 2, we're actually going to get double the amount of Stardust whenever we catch Pokemon, and the new Pokemon Wattrel is going to be making its debut. And then finally, at level 3, we're going to be able to get double the amount of experience as well as double the amount of Stardust whenever we hatch Pokemon. So essentially, there are plenty of different event bonuses, but they're going to be unlocked over time. Now, in terms of what Pokemon we're going to be able to get during this event, we're going to be seeing Chinchou, Helioptile, and Tadbulb, as well as Shinx in the wild, and I think there's going to be more, but Niantic has been holding off on saying what Pokemon are going to be during events, but at the very least, we're going to be seeing these 4 Pokemon in the wild, so if you do not have any of these Pokemon, or you're looking for their shiny forms, then just be aware that you will be able to get them during this event. And then also hatching in 2-kilometer eggs, we're going to have Pichu, Elekid, Toxel, and Tadbulb, and then of course Tadbulb is going to have that boosted shiny rate, so make sure you're hatching those 2-kilometer eggs. And then there's also going to be a paid timed research, which is going to cost $1.99 USD, and it's going to give you a half egg hatch distance bonus, which I think could be incredibly useful with this event, and you're also going to get 1 incubator and 1 super incubator, as well as encounters with Tadbulb. I will say when it comes to value, this paid timed research just with the incubators alone is actually quite good, so I would definitely consider buying it if you're someone who spends money in this game. Hatching eggs is going to be quite important during this event, specifically because of shiny Tadbulb, and then of course with the global challenge, I'm assuming completing the milestones are going to require hatching eggs. That's just my prediction. So yeah, this is actually going to be an egg hatching event, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. Alright, now, like I said, it's not just the High Zaptitude event that's going to be happening during this week. We also have a community day for the Pokemon Grookey. So let's go over the details for that event. January 2026 Community Day featuring the Pokemon Grookey is going to be happening on Sunday, January 18 at 2 o'clock PM to 5 o'clock PM local time. And the featured Pokemon is, of course, going to be the starter Pokemon Grookey, and you're going to be able to get an increased shiny chance for this Pokemon. It's actually going to be its shiny debut. Now, when it comes to the Community Day exclusive move, for Rillaboom, the evolved form of Grookey, it is of course going to be Frenzy Plant, and there's also going to be a new move that's going to be added to its move pool, and this move is called Drum Beating. This looks like it's going to be a decent attack specifically for the Go Battle League, so that is something that you should definitely keep in mind, especially if you're looking for a really good grass type attacker when it comes to the Go Battle League. And then, of course, there's going to be field research tasks that's going to award you with Grookey encounters as well as Ultra Balls. These are something you should never ignore when it comes to Community Days. It's a really great way for you to pick up high IV shinies of the Community Day Pokemon, and it kind of makes Community Days almost like a combo event where it's also a limited research day. And then of course there's going to be a special research through a ticket that you could purchase in the web store, and it's going to give you encounters with Grookey with a special background. And this is something that was added recently, but there's going to be a community ambassador timed research, which is also going to award you with Grookey with a special background. In order to get the community ambassador timed research, all you have to do is go to Niantic Campfire and go to a local area where there is a community ambassador event, and then check in with that community ambassador, and then you're going to get this timed research. Now, during this event, we're going to be able to get the following event bonuses. You're going to be able to get 3 times the amount of Stardust whenever you catch Pokemon, that's a pretty big one, and then you're going to get double the amount of candy for every catch, and double the chance at getting Candy XL. Lure modules are going to be lasting only 1 hour instead of 3 hours, but Incense is going to be lasting 3 hours like usual. And if you take snapshots of your Pokemon, you're also going to get bonus spawns of Grookey, and then you're going to be able to get 1 additional special trade, and every single one of those trades is only going to cost 50% Stardust. Alright, next let's move on to the weekly content, starting with Max Battles. This week we're going to have Caterpie and Max Battles, and it's going to start with tonight's Max Monday, which is going to be from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. local time. And then in 5-star raids, we're going to have the incarnate form of Thundurus starting January 16, which is this Thursday. And up until then, we're going to continue to have both Genesect Burn Drive and Genesect Chill Drive, with this Wednesday's raid hour featuring Genesect. And then on the weekends, in 5-star Shadow Legendary raids, we're going to continue to have Shadow Cresselia, which in my opinion is not a high priority Shadow Legendary Pokemon, so don't feel pressured to go out and get this particular one. And then coinciding with these raid bosses, we are going to have Mega Zaptile in Mega Evolution Raid starting on January 16. And one thing I will say is that Mega Zaptile is a really powerful Mega Evolution. So make sure you farm up some candies and some Mega Energy for this particular Pokemon, because it is actually quite useful. But of course, until then, we're going to continue to have Mega Blaziken as well. And just like Mega Zaptile, it is a super useful Mega Evolution. So make sure you're farming up Mega Energy while you can. And then when it comes to this week's Spotlight Hour, it's actually going to be featuring the Pokemon Mareep with a 2 times evolution experience bonus. Now with this particular Spotlight Hour, I will say it's not necessarily the Pokemon that is of significance, it's actually going to be the bonus, which is a 2 times evolution experience bonus, which could actually net you a ton of experience within a short period of time. If you have a whole bunch of Pokemon with low evolution costs, and if you pop a Lucky Egg and chain evolve them, you're going to be able to get yourself an absolute ton of experience during this specific Spotlight Hour. So do keep that in mind, especially if you're working towards level 80. And then finally, let's close this off by talking about what's going to be active within the Go Battle League. So until this Tuesday, January 13, we're going to continue to have the Open Ultra League along with the Sunshine Cup Great League Edition. And then until the rest of the week afterwards, we're going to have the Open Master Premier League along with the Retro Cup Great League Edition. I do know that the Master Premier League is one of the most popular leagues that we have, so it may be a great opportunity for you to get some higher ranks. And definitely get your battles in during this week if you have a really solid Master League team. So yeah, there you have it. This is everything that's happening this week in Pokemon Go, and for some players they might think it's a bit of a down week, but in my opinion there's actually a lot of really fun content. I think the High Voltage event the High Zaptitude event is actually looking to be kind of fun, and of course it's going to be featuring a new Pokemon, which I think you should never ignore. And yeah, it's just all looking to be a really good time, and yeah, if you're trying to find reasons to play Pokemon Go, maybe you'll find something this week. Like, there's just a lot of things going on, so yeah. But in any case, that's going going to be it for this video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Is there something that's going on during this week that you're really excited about? Make sure you mention what that is in the comments down below, and yeah, let's have a great discussion. And of course, if it's your first time to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That would be a huge help to myself and my channel, and you know, don't forget that notification bell. Make sure you turn that on so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also don't forget to check out some of the links that are in the description below. I'm also working on a whole bunch of other stuff other than my YouTube channel, so definitely go and check it out, like my Etsy store, and of course my Patreon. Like, if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then I will add you to my friends list if you're a Patreon member. So yeah, go and check that out if you want to play Pokemon Go with me. It is definitely worth looking into. So yeah, that's all going to be in the description below. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's gonna be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, have yourself a really great week, and I'll catch you all later.